Hey, vinyl community, what is going on? Welcome back. This is Hub Tunes. I am Mike. Vinyl Finds, February 2023. I'll just get right into it. I didn't do very well this month. I spent a lot. Mostly, I had a trip to Kansas City for work, and I ended up going down there and picking up. I picked up like 3 or 4 records. I'll show them to you. Some really good finds, actually. So super excited about that. And other than that, I did okay. I had a couple of pre-orders that came in, and I did order a few things online this month, which I don't normally do, but I did. Oops. So I'll just get right to the title of the video. So the great thing about the vinyl community is I learn about new music from so many people. I mostly watch channels that don't have the same taste of music as I do, because I want to learn new styles and new genres and new albums and new artists. So I tend to not watch a lot of stuff that I know what they're going to show. And part of the reason I make videos really is because I want to turn people also onto new music. So that for me, that's the best part about the vinyl community, is learning about new artists and getting turned onto them and buying those records and loving them. So Norman Mazlov, you guys all know Mazzy. If you don't, you can check out his channel, Norman Mazlov. He's turned me on to a lot of stuff over the years, but he's been on fire lately, especially in the last 2 months. He's been doing that series, It's the Music Stupid, and there's been some good stuff on there, and this is one of them. This is Jim White, and the title of the album is The Mysterious Tale of How I Shouted Wrong-Eyed Jesus. This is awesome. I love this record. This thing is so cool. And I've actually ended up listening to quite a few of his other records. There's a couple I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy. There's one that's great. I forget what it is. It just came out a couple years ago. It's not on vinyl. At least I can't find it anywhere. But this is one of his first albums. It might even be his debut. This is a great album. It's folky. It's Americana. It's a little funky weird. His vocals are soothing and smooth. He reminds me a lot, especially, there's a couple songs on here that really, really remind me of the band Iron and Wine, Sam Bean and his sister. Terrific band. There's a lot of Iron and Wine. If you guys are Iron and Wine fans, check this guy out. You will absolutely love him. It's a little gatefold. Really, really cool. I've fallen in love with this record. I cannot tell you how many times I've streamed it and played it since I got it. I just absolutely love this record. And like I said, I'm going to pick up a few more of his records because I really, really like Jim White. This is a very, very cool record. This is another great record I was not familiar with. It's an older record. This is also a really good example of why I don't order from Amazon. Because their packaging and their shipping absolutely sucks. I really don't think I'm ever going to order from them again. But this is Peter Green. Mazzy showed this. The End of the Game. A lot of it's instrumental. Actually, most of it's instrumental. It's all instrumental. Very jazzy, very bluesy. Not proggy, but just jam. Just guitar jam work. The opening number, Bottoms Up, is fantastic. It's the whole thing is really good. It's just a jam. But so if you like 70s, look at that. If you like 70s, just like instrumental rock jams, this is awesome. This is a great record. I don't know how I ever missed this, but it's Peter Green, The End of the Game. There's my Damage from shipping from Amazon. It took 4 weeks to get this record. I probably am not going to return it. This one is all dinged up too. It showed up on my doorstep with no box, no bag, just a sticker on the front of the record. That's how it came. It took 4 weeks to get. I don't know. disappointed, but it plays really, really good. This is another one that Norman Mazlov, you did it again, Mazzy. This is a great record. He showed this in his Light in the Attic video. He did a little Light in the Attic reissue video talking about some of their records. This is one of them. This is Leo Nocentelli, The Other Side. He is the guitarist for The Meters. And this is a terrific... Oh, it's not a gatefold. It felt like a gatefold. Because it's got a... It's really nice. It's fantastic. I love it. And Light in the Attic does a great job. You get the polyline sleeves, and you get a nice little book in here. This is a really nice book. With a little bit of, just little essays, and it's got the lyrics. Tells about the record and everything. It's terrific. This is a wonderful, wonderful record. I absolutely love it. It's very, very, very similar, like that early 70s Clapton or the Bonnie Bramlett kind of stuff. This is a really, really good record. Not a screeching guitar record, but really solid playing. I really, really like it. And of course, he went on to be in The Meters. This is, I think, was this his last solo? I don't remember. But he was also in The Meters, one of my favorite funky New Orleans bands. Very, very cool record. Thank you, Mazzy, for turning me on to that. This one, Mazzy turned me onto this, but honestly, the Reverend Rock and Roll also turned me onto this. This is something I would never have bought. The Reverend showed this, and then Mazzy showed it like the next day in a video. This is Bitchin' Bajas. This is Switchin' on Raw. This is all Sun Ra songs done electronically. It's all electronic music. It is... Sun Ra is also not my favorite jazz artist, and electronic is not my favorite genre. But man, these two come together. It is absolutely wonderful. I love this record. I play this a lot. It's got a really cool, like felt, like texturedness to the cover. Sorry, I love brain fart. But it's a really groovy record. It's very laid back, fun, just interesting stuff. If you had told me 10 years ago I was going to be buying a electronic record from an electronic artist, I would have laughed you right off the face of the earth. But this is an awesome record. Thank you, Mazzy. Thank you to the Reverend Rock and Roll. And the final one that Mazzy turned me on, he's been talking about this damn record for years, and just haven't bought it, but I finally found a decent copy of it, very cheap actually. This is the Notorious Bird Brothers, The Byrds. Not their classic lineup, David Crosby's not in here, but man, there's some really good songs on here. I was pleasantly surprised, and Mazzy's been talking it up like crazy for, like I said, years. I really enjoy it. I think there's some really good stuff on here. Is it classic Byrds? No, but I think it's a really solid record, so I was happy to find it. I think I got it for like $5.99. Okay, so that was that. Thank you, Mazzy. Thank you for everyone who reaches out and turns me on to music. It happens too much, but I love it. I absolutely love it. So last couple weeks ago, I went on a trip to New Orleans? No, I didn't go to New Orleans. I went to Kansas City. I had a food show down there for work, and I was lucky enough to meet up with Craig from Craig's Vinyl Plethora, and he drove me around to a few record stores. We went to Renaissance. I did get a t-shirt, not Renaissance. I got a hat, a Kansas City Chiefs hat. That was probably this cost more than any record I bought. Pretty much, it cost more than any record I bought. So we went to one record store. It was Renaissance Records, really cool used record store. They had some new stuff. Not a huge selection, but mostly used. I told myself when I got on the plane going down there, I was like, I'm not going to buy anything that I cannot buy at home. So I kind of stuck to new stuff, with the exception of one thing. And this is an album I've been kind of on the outlook for quite some time. They're hard to find. They're hard to find in good condition. And I found two of them at Renaissance Records. One was an American pressing, and it was pretty beat up, and it was $12.99. This one was not $12.99 and it's not beat up. This is Moby Grape's debut with the unedited cover. This is a first Canadian pressing. It was not $12.99. It was quite a bit more, but terrific record. I have been looking to get this in my collection for a very long time. It is in mint condition. This thing spins great. There are a couple of pops, but man, this is a great pressing. Sounds absolutely fantastic for an album this old, and it's in pretty good shape. It's got a little, it's got wear and tear, but man, what a fun, just a really good record. Moby Grape's debut, psychedelic band from the early 60s. Love it. So next we went to a place called Seventh Heaven, and I bought a t-shirt. And I found this. This is the Wynton Kelly Trio debut. This is the first album they made. They made a couple of records, the trio did. This is, I wasn't sure. It wasn't super expensive. I think it was like $30. But it's in really good shape. I was not familiar with this record at all. I saw the artwork and I was like, oh man, this is going to be cheesy. But it's a fun, I actually love the artwork. It's really cool. And it turns out it's their debut record, the trio's debut record. I had no idea. It has Wynton Kelly, obviously, on piano. You got Paul Chambers on bass, Jimmy Cobb, Kenny Burrell, and Candido on congas. It is a fun record. It's on Verve. It's in great shape. It sounds absolutely wonderful. I can't argue with this. It's a swinging record. It's not out there jazz, which I kind of like. It's just a solid swinging bop record. It's really good. His piano playing on here is phenomenal. I wish there was a little more Kenny Burrell, but it's a McCoy Tyner Trio record, so you're gonna get a lot of McCoy. And it's got the congas and stuff, so it's got a really good feel, good vibe to it. So I was very pleased finding this. And then we left, and I had just bought the t-shirt and the record, and I thought, well, that's good. I'm right on budget, no problem. My trip is a success. And Craig and I were talking in the car on the way back, and we were talking about the Cramps and how I'm on the outlook. I'm out looking for Cramps records, whether they be reissues or originals, which are absolutely impossible to find. And he looks at me and he goes, well, they had some Cramps records at the store we were just at. I was like, what? No, they didn't. Yeah, they did. So the next day, he was very kind enough to come and pick me up after work and drive me back out to Seventh Heaven. We picked up, we just went in. I said, I'm going in, I'm going to look at Cramps, and I'm leaving. I'm not spending any more money. And he was right. They had a bunch of Cramps. I think they had 3 or 4, but the 3 of them were live reissues, and one was a bootleg. I wasn't really interested in those. But one of the records I was very interested in was this. This is Flame Job. I love this Cramps record. This is one of their later ones, but I really love this. I think it's a lot of fun. It's got Mean Machine on it, Ultra Twist. This is just a fun record. I really like it, and I was thrilled. It's music on vinyl. It sounds great. Polyline sleeves. Music on vinyl does great job. They're digital, but man, I've never had a bad sounding music on vinyl record. So I grabbed it. It was $42, a little high, but for a Cramps record, that's a bargain. So so I picked those up. What else? Craig befriended me a couple of records. I guess I could show you those. He gave me this. I'm not familiar with this. This is called Arg, The Dog and the Future. This is the debut album. I'm not familiar with this at all. I have not listened to it. Craig, I'm going to listen to it. He also gave me a copy of this, which I've never had, but it has everyone knows this concert, and it has The Man Who Sold the World, and one of the great, and there's something special about this. I think something is spelled wrong, but this is Nirvana, the Unplugged in New York. I've never owned this record. I'm not a huge Madonna fan. I'm not a huge Nirvana fan. I'm not a Madonna fan. and he had an extra copy, and he befriended this to me, which was very kind of him. He also gave me 2 Supremes records. I don't have a lot of Supremes. I have the Supremes in Liverpool, do Liverpool songs, and it's, you know, it's not all Beatles, it's just bands from Liverpool. I have that. This is live at London's Talk of the Town, and this is Diana Ross joins the Temptations. This I'm actually really looking forward to. It's got I Second That Emotion, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Funky Broadway, Try Something New, A Place in the Sun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm actually going to spin this evening. So very, very cool. Thank you, Craig, for that. Okay, also, this is also in the title of this video, so I guess I better show it. 2023 is off to a very slow start, if you ask me, for new music from artists making music in 2023. We've had a couple of really nice reissues, but yeah, we're already into February, and I just have one new album on my list, and that is Margo Price. This is a fantastic album. Right now, she is #1 on my favorite albums of 2023. It is called Strays, and it is a fun, cool record. I'll be honest, I was not familiar with Margo Price at all. I have gone back and listened to her first 2 records. They're a little too country for me. They're nice. They sound great. She's got a wonderful voice. They're just not my thing. And then she releases this. This reminds me of like a late 70s Fleetwood Mac record. There's so much Fleetwood Mac influence all over here. And I really, really like this. The Lindsey Buckingham guitar is like weaving throughout this whole record. I don't know if anyone else hears Lindsey Buckingham's guitar. He's not on this, but that style, that technique that he uses is all over this record, and I absolutely love it. So Margo Price, Strays, my first favorite record of 2023. Next up, we got 2 jazz reissues, and then we're out of here. I picked up this. I am a huge, 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 huge Donald Byrd fan. I love this record. Holy crap. Pepper Adams, Duke Pearson, Lamont Jackson, and Lex Humphreys, who I was not really familiar with, but Pepper Adams and Donald Byrd together. Holy crap. This is awesome. This is, did I even say the name of it? It's at the Half Note Cafe. This is volume 1. Hopefully they do volume 2. But wow, this Tone Poet, gorgeous, absolutely phenomenal. I am in love with that. That's one of my favorite Tone Poets of the last couple of months. It's really, really good. I'm a huge Donald Byrd fan. And then I picked up this. This is Bobby Hutcherson featuring Harold Land. I don't have a lot of Harold Land in my collection. I have heard this before, and I remember not being thrilled with it, but I wanted to give it another spin because I don't have a lot of Harold Land, and I wanted to check it out. I do like Bobby Hutcherson. I can only take so much vibes, but this is San Francisco. Cool album cover. It's good. It's good. It's a Blue Note classic. Sounds great. I mean, the pressing is phenomenal. I'm not super into it. I like it, but man, that Donald Byrd blows. Maybe that's why I'm not super into it. The Donald Byrd is absolutely phenomenal. So that's it, you guys. Thanks for sticking with me there for a minute. And yeah, it was a good month. You guys stay well. Questions, comments, snide remarks down below. Bye.